Yes, it would be very nice if NATO stopped it. In fact, NATO has some obligations to do exactly that, except they're not following up on their obligations. So, this is something I talked about in several earlier videos as this war unfolded. Back in the 1990s, the Soviet Union fell apart in 1991. And the independence of the composite pieces of the Soviet Union, 15 of them, was decided by referendum. So that right there is point number one to anybody who says, but they secretly want to be a part of Russia. No, they voted in 1991 to do exactly the opposite. At that time, the big concern was what's going to happen to the massive stockpile of nuclear weapons from the Soviet Union, since they were not all concentrated in one place. When Clinton came to power, the nuclear nonproliferation was a big topic in both American politics and the world politics. So Clinton had spearheaded a conversation between Ukraine and NATO, convincing Ukraine to give up its stockpile of nuclear weapons in exchange for NATO's support should anything untoward happen. Should there be any aggression. And, Ukraine, freshly separated from the Soviet Union, knew that this was a risk because, hello, Russia, next door neighbor, we all know what happened. Now, fast forward to 2014, when Russia strolled in and basically took Crimea. Ukraine immediately turned to NATO and said, something happened? Do you remember, way back when you guys told us to give up our nukes so that you would provide us with support? That was our deal. And NATO said, oh, well, how about some sanctions? And that's how it's been pretty much ever since. So, should NATO interfere? Yes, because there are NATO countries at risk right now bordering Ukraine. And those who know, the Baltic states, Poland, Finland, Sweden, everybody who ever had any kind of altercations with Russia have been making that point. Is NATO going to do anything? Unlikely. Look how much bickering it takes them to just make a decision to send any kind of help. So I hope they will finally wake up and do something, but I don't think it's going to happen.